welcome to today's episode of DownStream Outdoors. Today on DownStream Outdoors, we're getting into the medicinal herbal end of things. Before I start, I want to reiterate, I'm not a doctor, I'm not dispensing medical advice, I'm not dispensing anything other than maybe a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of fun facts. Okay. Today's plant is a plant called goldenrod. Anybody with pollen allergies probably knows this plant pretty well and might be cringing a little bit right now. Goldenrod is very recognizable by the yellow. Its actual name is called Canadian goldenrod. Canadian goldenrod, on the medicinal end of purposes, this flower, we'll take this flower for example. The Native Americans would chew this fresh flower for sore throats. They also boiled the root and made a tea and used it as a diuretic for urinary tract issues. Now on the urinary tract issues end of it, this plant is actually, the root tea is actually approved in Germany for the treatment of inflammation of the urinary tract and is a well-known diuretic for treatment and prevention of like kidney stones and gravel and stuff. It'll really flush you out if you make a good tea out of this stuff. So on the medicinal end of it, it does have a lot of medicinal power. The chewing on the flowers, I don't know if that actually works or not. I've never tried it. Now, once these flowers are pollinated and go to seed, the seeds that's on these you can actually gather and is an edible, which you could pound into a flour, or they're small enough that you could add as whole grains into a bread or something like that. But once again, I would advise against eating too many of the seeds unless you want to pee. That's what a diuretic does, it makes you pee a lot. It's known to flush out the system. Like I said, though, pollen sufferers, they fear this plant. Right along with the ragweed. Most people blame this for what ragweed does. Ragweed is the big pollinator, pollen spreader, but this here gets a lot of the blame too because it is such a substantial flower and there is a good bit of pollen on it, you know what I mean? But it's not a bad plant. It's a good plant to have around. Honeybees are going to love that plant. You know, all the different insects and everything are going to love this plant. So this is a plant. I often get questioned, what's the need for this plant, or what's the need for this insect, or why do we have these? And everything has a purpose. And this here shows a purpose for us. It shows a purpose for nature. It's a good thing to have around. All things in nature have a purpose and a reason why they're there. From the lowly tick to the large white pines, everything has a purpose. There's a reason for everything. It's all part of the circle in nature, the circle of life that is nature. And so we must learn to respect these things, and with respect and knowledge comes even more respect. Okay? And the more you respect nature, the happier and more peaceful you're going to be whenever you come out and try to enjoy some experiences out in nature. Just even like I've told you before, if you go for a walk, go for a hike, get out. You don't have to go fishing, you don't have to go hunting, you don't have to do any of these wild edibles or anything like that, anything crazy like I do. Just go out and enjoy it. Maybe you too will learn a new appreciation for nature. So until next time, keep your line wet, enjoy nature, and keep your line out of the trees.